Hi everyone, Adrian from Audio Excellence Canada. Finally, at long last, we receive our Wilson Audio Lōkē subwoofer. This thing has been stuck in transit for much longer than it normally does. I guess it's due to the whole supply chain issue. Anyway, it's here. We're going to do the uncrating, and I'll go into some details about the features of the subwoofer and some of the basic setups. If we have time, we'll do a follow-up video in the future and show you how it can be used and integrated. Just some specs first. This subwoofer is $8,750 US. It's small, so it can fit under a table, into a space, let's say, for a console that's custom designed for it. It's front firing, so you can put it close to the wall behind it. It was originally designed to match with the Wilson Tune Tots, but it turned out to be so good that you can also use it all the way up to the Sasha DAW. So in other words, the Sabrina X, the Yvette, the Sasha DAWs, and all of the previous generation speakers. So like the Sophias, the What Puppies, and Wits, and so on, even the duets as well. The other thing that's also very interesting is that it has the built-in amplifier, 500 watts. The woofer is custom designed and made for Wilson Audio to this application. The crossover features are basically borrowed from the standalone active crossover that Wilson supplies. So you can do some quite amazing things, which again I'll get into in a bit. Well, that's it for now. Let's open this up and then I'll show you everything. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the manual. Power cord. Look at this. Oh, I guess this is the bag to put the casters in. The subwoofer comes with casters on. So once you've put the subwoofer into the location and you're happy with the location, you can put the casters in here and put the spikes underneath it. This is a product brochure. Wow, it's really thick. Look at this. It includes everything that Wilson currently offers, and it's a beautiful book. Wow. Okay, and I guess the latest issue of the Hi-Fi Critic, which includes a review of the XVX. I'm going to look forward to reading this because I own a pair, as many of you know, and catalog of Wilson Audio's recordings, which you can buy online. You can buy it in download. You can also buy it in a physical format. Okay. This is the box of accessories. So it comes with, this is the diodes, I guess, for the spikes. That's the floor protectors and some tools to help you assemble everything. Got that? Look at that. That's smart. So once you take the top of the crate off, you can see the subwoofer face up, and what I'm going to do is turn it to its side and slide the subwoofer out. So it's actually physically quite small. And I guess this is called the Galaxy Gray finish. Galaxy Gray is one of the standard finishes. There's carbon, and I think there's a GT silver as well. Let me just double check. Yeah, so Galaxy Gray, quartz, and carbon. Galaxy Gray, quartz, and carbon. Those are the standard finishes. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like. I'll give you the dimensions now. So it's 20 and 3/4 inches high, 13 and 7/8 inches wide, and 21 and 3/4 inches deep. Or, for the rest of the world, 52.71 centimeters high, 35.24 centimeters wide, and 55.24 centimeters deep. It's 110 pounds. Okay, so first let's take the grill off. So that's the casters I was telling you about, so you see how easy it is to move. That's what it looks like with the grill off. Straightforward, horizontal port in the front. So again, this subwoofer can now be placed close to the wall and not worry about wind noise chuffing against the wall behind it. This is a custom built, custom designed woofer for this application. Now let's look at the back. So Alex will probably take a picture and show you what I'm talking about as we go along, because some of the writing is very, very small. So let's start with auto power on and off. So as many of you know, if you have a subwoofer, this is very common as a feature. If you put it on auto, it means that the subwoofer will go off into standby after 20 minutes if it doesn't sense a signal. If you want it to always be on, then you switch it to always on. Where it says here input level, high level, or normal, what that means is this allows you to attenuate the signal. So on high level, it actually cuts 6 decibels, and on normal, it's the normal signal coming in. This rotary knob here is a multifunction rotary knob. You turn, once it's plugged in, you can see the selections available, and as you turn it, you are selecting the different features that you want to control. When you get to where you want to control, so for example, let's say we get to volume, and you want to control the volume, you push once, and that will select volume, and then you adjust the volume until you get to where you want to be, and once you've gotten to the point that you want it to be, then you select it twice, like that, okay? And you do that with high pass filter, low pass filter, phase, etc., etc. And these are the balanced inputs and the RCA inputs. These are the outputs, so the RCA outputs and the balanced outputs. A little tip, by the way, so you can also use these to connect to a second subwoofer as well. So if you want to have a stereo subwoofer setup, which I highly recommend, then that's what you do. Connect from here. Power on and off. What does this say? Voltage is set at factory at 115 volts. So I guess at some point we'll have to take this off and plug in the power cord over here. This USB connection is for factory use primarily. But if I'm not wrong, you can also connect it to a computer and use the computer to do your setups. That I have to double check. I think that's all there is for now. So we're going to connect it, and I'll show you the different features, and we can get into how you can do some connections and so on. Philip, what do you think?
Can I take it home?
Cute.
It's mine. This is mine.
By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, we just uploaded a video today, Saturday, March what's the date, 10th, 12th?
13th.
13th. We just uploaded a video.
Why do we get such a dark one? Why didn't we match it?
Well, this is Galaxy Gray. It's one of the standard finishes. I wanted to show people what Galaxy Gray looks like. But we did a video comparing two speakers that we just got in. One is the
This is the
Legacy Aris, and the other one's a JBL
4355.
4355. And we keep making fun of Philip in this video, so this is my revenge on
And
video.
it comes on casters too?
See, totally ignores me. Again, if you watch the video, you'll see he completely ignores me. Yeah, it comes on
I'm
casters.
marveling at the beautiful, tiny Wilson subwoofer.
By the way, Wilson speakers, brand new, come with plastic cover over
like
the
a wrap.
finish. Yeah, it's
So
a
once
wrap.
you install it, then you peel this off.
Yeah, this protects the paint. Oh, by the way, you can't really see it with the plastic on, but this is a beautiful little.
Oh, it's sculpted.
Yes, yeah. See how it
There's a scallop there.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Very nice. So it doesn't just look like a normal rectangular box. The other thing also is that you'll notice all the edges are rounded. The front is bezel. What do you call it? Bezel?
It's bezel.
Yeah,
It's
bezel. Beveled. And with this little sculpt here, it's quite neat. It's, okay, so we're going to plug this in. I'm going to show you some of the different features on the menu, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so this is the diode. Wilson calls it a diode for the bottom of the subwoofer. Once you've got it in place and you're comfortable with it, this is what you attach to the bottom. So the bottom little spike here is, you can adjust it and get the level that you want so that the subwoofer stays flat. And the thread that's connects this to the bottom of the subwoofer is the same one that is now attached to the casters. So that's how you attach it. Okay, very nice. It's all milled from aluminum.
So one of the things that does happen is that this is an interface. So that's why it's called a diode. There's a bottom half and there's a top half. So this is to keep resonances under control.
Okay, so now let's plug this in. Okay, so now we've plugged this in, and default is volume control. So again, as I said, the volume, you turn to see the different selections that you want to adjust. So let me just go back to volume. Right? Once you get to volume, you press once, and now you can adjust the volume. Now the volume, what's interesting is that the increments are 0.1 dB, so very small. Okay, why is it? Oh, there we go. So 0 is maximum, and then we're turning it down right now. So let's say you get to where you want to go. To set this, you press double click. So now it's set and goes back to the main menu. So let's see what else you've got. High pass. Once you select high pass, you have the choice of disabled or not. So disabled just means that the subwoofer is not feeding any signals, and the signal going to the main amplifier is flat. And then you can choose the frequency at which you want the subwoofer to cut off, and the slope. You have a choice between 12 decibels and 24 dB. So 12 dB, the cutoff slope is more gentle. 24 dB, the cutoff slope is more aggressive. And low pass, again, you have a choice between all the different functions I showed you earlier. Phase degree. This is to integrate the subwoofer to your main speakers. It's important that you adjust this as clearly as well as possible, especially in the case of the Wilson subwoofer, because it's so accurate and so good. So if we get a chance to do a video on how to set it up, I'll go into the details about what you're listening for and what to do. But essentially, you want the subwoofer's bass to arrive at your listening seat at the same time as the main speakers. High pass delay, something that I have to look into. I don't know what this feature does. It sounds, I think I know, but I don't want to tell you something that might be wrong. Subsonic filter, again, you can cut off the lowest frequencies and choose which one you want. This would be probably important for people who enjoy playing reel-to-reels and records that are warped. So this is the parametric EQ section. You can so parametric EQ section allows you to choose a particular frequency that you want to adjust. So let's say in your room you have a problem with the standing wave at 44 hertz. So you choose 44 hertz, and then you can adjust up or down. In other words, increase the gain or decrease the gain, as well as increase how wide you want that the band to be affected, or how narrow the band to be affected. That's the advantage of a parametric EQ versus a graphic EQ. A graphic EQ, you choose that particular frequency, it goes up and down, but you can't really adjust the width. And then once you've adjusted everything, you can save the preset. I believe you have 2 or 3 presets, up to 3. Okay. Okay, so those are some of the basic settings. Let me give you some interesting specifications. Okay, so volume range from 0 dB down to minus 99 dB, as I mentioned, in 0.1 dB steps. High pass filter for the output only. Frequency range is 30 to 125 hertz in 1 hertz step. So you can literally fine tune everything. So as opposed to most subwoofers where the adjustments are very coarse. So it goes from 30 or 20 to 32 to 50 to 63, whatever it is. This you can fine tune it exactly the way you want it. So if you wanted 64, you can have 64. Low pass filter, same thing, 30 to 125. And the slope, you have disable the slope or minus 12 dB or minus 24 dB. The phase, as I showed you just now, you can go from 0 to 180 degrees in 1 degree step. Again, very, very variable, very, very fine adjustments. Subsonic filter, frequency range is 25 to 40 hertz, again in 1 hertz step. So as I said earlier, this could be useful for clients who enjoy vinyl, and if your vinyl is warped, you can set it up to cut it off at a certain frequency. And again, you also have a slope adjustment, disabled, minus 12 dB or minus 24 dB. I mentioned earlier about the parametric EQ. You can adjust the parametric EQ from 30 hertz to 125 hertz in 1 hertz step. And then you have 3 presets. So you can choose the preset that you want. You can set up 3 different settings for different playback. So as I mentioned, if you like to listen to records and the subwoofer is producing some rumble from the record, you can choose preset 1, for example, and then have the subwoofer set up to subsonic and cut off that particular frequency, or reel-to-reel for that matter. You can set up a preset for home theater where you want some extra bass, for example, some extra slam. And then the third preset, that's just for music, 2-channel listening. So that's it. And you notice that it just went into standby because it didn't get a signal. It just went into standby. All right, so that's the Lōkē. I'm really looking forward to playing with it and learning more about it. And as I say, if we get a chance, we'll do a follow-up video about how to set it up. All right, everyone, this is Adrian from Audio Excellence. If you like the video, please subscribe, turn on notification, like, share. And again, we'll see you next time. Take care, bye-bye.